All right. Yo. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast coming live and direct from my car. My car is now become the mobile gloom tomb. If you never listened to the I Am Rapaport podcast, we come out of the Los Angeles Gloom Tomb Studios. We come out of the New York City Gloom Tomb Studios, and now we come out of the mobile studio in my car. What can I say? I got. This is gonna be a great podcast. I've been thinking a lot about this podcast for some reason. Just so you know, I put a lot of thought, care, into trying to do the very, 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 very best I can do. I know that I could speak on behalf of my sidekick, G Monetti, Gerald Moody, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, as we care a lot about what we talk about, how we talk about it, when we talk about it, and so forth and so on. And I was truly contemplating canceling this week's episode of the I Am Rapaport podcast in lieu of what happened in Paris the other day. Obviously, like everybody, is disturbing. It's upsetting. It's unsettling. It's infuriating. It's heartbreaking. And I was like, we can't do a podcast when that happens, because, you know, this is a non-fact checking, shit talking podcast, and I just didn't feel like it was right. But a few days have passed, and I really feel like, you know, the podcast must go on. But I don't know if saying it's dedicated or thoughts or what, because, you know, we don't take ourselves seriously at the I Am Rapaport podcast. But obviously serious situations going on in the world. And what happened the other day is just a debilitatingly sad and frightening and everything. So I just want to start off this episode by saying that my personal thoughts and condolences and concerns for everybody that was affected by what happened in Paris go out to them. And if you're noticing like a sort of crackiness in my voice, I wish I was conjuring up that kind of genuine emotion. I've actually been struggling with a cold. So it's not that I'm not emotional, but I don't want you to seem like, oh shit, he's really, really super emotional. I've had a cold. So if this episode of the I Am Rapaport podcast sounds like I'm about to cry, laugh, or my voice is cracking, it has nothing to do with what I'm saying. It just has to do with my instrument being my voice. So, again, this is the I Am Rapaport podcast coming live from my car. It's an all-driving episode. You could hear that I'm actually in my car. This guy's crossing the street in front of me. You hear the car, it's real shit. The window's down. Yo, what up? We're doing it. So, regarding Paris and Kenya and the plane that was shot down, the Russian plane that was shot down, I want to say this, because I am by no means a expert on political issues. I am by no means any sort of expert on the day-to-day struggle of what people are going through in the world. I'm expert on ILOing. I'm really good at that. I wouldn't even say I'm an expert on that. I think I'm really good at it and getting better. I'm an expert on really nothing except for my own personal thoughts. But I, you know, there's been a lot of. This is the one thing I want to say about Paris, and, you know, people putting Facebook posts and why is this event getting more coverage and attention and than other events, and what happened in Kenya and you know, the shootings in the United States and the plane that went down in Russia, and I, the only thing that I could think of is that because Paris is such a metropolitan city, and particularly in the United States, it's something that we could identify with more. I don't think I could say for myself that, you know, sometimes when you hear about a terrorist attack in a place that you've never really been to or known anybody that's been there. I think that the soul and the body and the temperament of humans can only take so much, and can only absorb and only want to absorb so much. So, why some events don't get the coverage and the shout outs and the avatars and the all the stuff, I think it just has something to do with that. I could say for myself, it's that, and I think certain things get more play on on TV and things like that, and talked about. But Paris is obviously a metropolitan city that a lot of people have visited or hope to visit, and I know that one event is not more important, and one tragedy is not more important, and it shouldn't be compared. It's not a competition of who's worse, more people died here, what was more brutal, and all that stuff. Listen, the reality of it is this. These motherfuckers, whoever they are, ISIS, where the fuck is, no one knows the difference. The political correct shit, it needs to come to an immediate halt. There needs to be a fucking bombing, and it needs to sort of be announced. On this day, at this time, if you're down with any bullshit, we're coming to get you. If you're not down with any bullshit, stay in your house, because the whole world is going to come and try to get these motherfuckers. They're like, if you're walking around smelling funny, looking funny, not making eye contact with people and all that old shady shit, we're going to detain you, motherfucker. Okay? We're going to run your paperwork. We're going to run your card. If you talk greasy, you're getting waterboarded. And if you have nothing to do with anything bad, we'll give you $100 to $100 certificate to Starbucks and a $50 certificate to your local strip club. Give you a pat on the ass, tell you sorry, and send you on your way. But this is not a time for the political correct. It's a frightening fucking time. What happened in Paris could have happened anywhere. I think that's what made it so shocking and so we're sort of trendy to feel bad about it. Well, I don't think it's trendy. People are going to feel bad about what they're going to feel bad about. And, the political correctness, there's no time for it. If you're on a plane looking fucking funny and your breath stinks and you don't want to comply, you're not getting on your flight, motherfucker. We're running your fucking paperwork. Okay? If you're good and you're about your shit, you show your paperwork, you make eye contact, you put a Tic Tac in your fucking mouth, and, we'll send you on your way. Okay? But all this fucking, everybody acting weird and funny styles, and, fuck all that. Fuck all the, who we're going to offend shit. This should be a worldwide thing. All the countries need to deal with it aggressively, and, if I'm in your cab and you're acting funny and your breath stinks, I am going to say, yo, my man, what's up with your breath? Why does your breath stink? Okay, because I never know. If your breath stinks, how do I know what you're up to? If you're not going to take care of your oral hygiene, fuck. Me personally, I don't trust you. Which brings me to my second rant of the day, which it started on Twitter, and I'll start from the beginning before I go backwards and then go forwards. I saw that last week a comedian, very funny comedian, Aziz Ansari, had went on the Stephen Colbert show and made a comment about the lack of diversity on late night television. And he said something to Stephen Colbert about there's more diversity now that I'm on this show. And even funny comment. And my first thing that came to mind is like, where was all this when Arsenio Hall came back on the air? Aziz Ansari, did you watch Arsenio Hall when he came back on the air, or did you take it as a joke and been like, you should have stayed in the 80s and 90s, Arsenio? Because I watched Arsenio, and I recorded it, and I was a guest on it. I turned shit out when I was on Arsenio. It's about a year and a half ago. I tore shit up, as I do when I guest on other people's shows, because I like to bring the pain, I like to bring the noise, and I like to go raw dog without a bag on my show or anybody else's show. I'm not up there to fucking jibber jab. And so anyway, so Aziz Ansari said that, and obviously he's got a point. But again, where was all this when Arsenio Hall had his talk show? And so I went on Twitter and I said something to the effect of, Aziz Ansari up here talking about diversity, but he sounds like the whitest of the white guys, ... sounds like a Richard Pryor skit from 1979, referring to when Richard Pryor would do his impression of a white guy voice, and it would sound like this, and it was very enunciated, and he did the skits about white people cursing, and you motherfucker, classic shit. He would always do this, and then Eddie Murphy took that bit, and he did it, and it's a sort of a, now it's sort of a bit that, black comedians have all done. And the first person who I heard do it was Richard Pryor. And I had no fucking problem with it. And then I said on Twitter something to the effect of, I'm not fact checking even my own tweets as I drive and podcast. I said something to the effect of, if I sounded as white as Aziz Ansari, I'd be a motherfucking millionaire, or I'd be super rich, or something like that. And motherfuckers on Twitter caught feelings, because first of all they were like, how's Aziz Ansari supposed to sound, implying that I was making critical comments about because he's Middle Eastern or Indian, or I don't know what the fuck he is, but I like Aziz Ansari, I know him, I fucks with him, that I was making some sort of implication of, he's supposed to sound like a stereotypical Indian dude, or blah, 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 blah. I don't give a fuck how Aziz Ansari sounds. Aziz Ansari sounds like a stereotypical white dude. Just like Rosie Perez sounds like a Puerto Rican, Danny Aiello sounds like an Italian, and Jackie Chan sounds like a fucking Asian. I stand by what the fuck I said, 450%. And I don't know what the fuck I sound like. I've been accused of sounding black, wanting to act black, and all that shit. I take all that shit with a grain of salt. Sounding white has nothing to do with being articulate or anything. Because then some people are like, how are people supposed to sound? Sound how the fuck you want to sound. But you got black people that are articulate that sound like black people. You got white people that are articulate and they sound like motherfucking white people. You understand? And Rosie Perez sounds like a Puerto Rican. And I love Rosie Perez. Just as motherfucking Danny Aiello sounds like an Italian. And so does Tony fucking Soprano. All right? So when I said what I said about Aziz Ansari, it had nothing to do with what the fuck people are supposed to sound like, what they're not supposed to sound like, or any of that shit. And anybody who's got an issue on Twitter and that might listen to the Iron Rapaport podcast, you could quote me. You could put this shit up there. You could try to go on another witch hunt. And some people are like, you're racist. Fuck you. Everybody's on the great witch hunt for America's next top racist. That's like what these motherfuckers are doing. Like, motherfuckers on internet, on Twitter, are like on a witch hunt to reveal America's next top racist. And there was two people. Some bitch ass wannabe Bill Simmons ass analysis fake. He said he's black. I don't know if he's black because I ran his paperwork. We can't find a picture of this dude, but this dude named the Shrillest. Check him out on Twitter, because when these motherfuckers were coming at me on Twitter, I don't know where the Rappapack was. I don't know where my podcast fans were. You guys were nowhere to be found because they were trying to say this and trying to say that. Some dude named the Shrillest who can eat dicks, who fancies himself some sort of NBA. He's one of these. He's like the starters. He's one of these NBA nerdist, fact-checking fucking guys who regurgitates stats from the internet and NBA TV and ESPN, puts him out there as his own, and trying to say that he's got a voice of something important on the on about sports and about basketball. And some other motherfucker named John Boyce, JONBOIS, who I think he works for something called Scorecard or some shit like that. I'm posting your tweets. I'm posting your Twitter account because both of you motherfuckers could suck dicks. All right? I can't find. I found a picture of this one dude, John Boyce, who looks like he's put on. He looks like his face, like he dipped his face in rubbing alcohol and kept it in there too long. Shit's all fucked up. Gorilla's all varicose veined and fucked up. And this other dude, the Shrillest, who in this day and age, if you can't find a picture of somebody, makes me think that you might not be what you say you are. So I wanted to point that out. So when I say, the thing about stereotypes and prejudices and not being able to talk about them and all this stuff. If you try to tell me that Mark Wahlberg doesn't sound like an Irish dude from South Boston and Bernie Sanders doesn't sound like a greedy hook-nosed Jew from New York, you think that everybody sounds the same and everybody's supposed to sound the same? And I say hook-nosed Jew because I too am one. Now, I might not sound like your run-of-the-mill hook-nosed Jew, but I am one. Just be sure of that. Don't forget it, and I'm proud of it. All right, now I don't know what I sound like. I know my voice sounds like shit right now, but in general, I don't know what I sound like. But Mark Wahlberg, Ben Affleck, Freddie Roach, and all the South Boston people, they sound like they're South Boston Irishmen. Motherfucking Stephen A. Smith sounds like a black man, an articulate black man, and Skip Bayless on ESPN, he sounds like an articulate white dude. All right, just like Jerry fucking Jones sounds like a hillbilly. Not everybody sounds the same, nor should we. When everybody starts sounding the same, acting the same, eating the same things, we got a problem. So when I say Aziz Ansari sounds like a white dude, he sounds like a fucking white dude. Generic white dude. That don't mean shit. That don't mean that all Indian people are supposed to sound like him. That don't mean they're not. I don't give a fuck what you sound like. But this whole, political correcting and witch hunting, trying to find America's next top racist and trying to come at me, the Shrillest, and some other fuck boy, John Boyce, Bois, Jon, bullshit wannabe Bill Simmons, NBA analyst, fake ass Doug Collins ass motherfucker. And then we put out a challenge. Me and G Monetti put out a challenge. You two NBA analysts regurgitating stats, we will play you 2-on-2. We will fly to you and play you 2-on-2 in your choice of park, gym, or wherever the fuck you want for $1,000 cash. Any fake NBA analyst who never played ball in the park, never played 3-on-3s, never played fulls in the park with real motherfuckers on Twitter that are popping shit to me and G Monetti or popping shit to me, we will fly to you and play you 2-on-2 and crack that ass. All right? We will fly up there and play you 2-on-2 while we wear our soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts and crack that ass. That's a challenge to any podcast people listening to this. Put it out there. We got you. Any of these wannabe analysts, me and G Monetti will come here and we'll play. All right, we'll fly ourselves up there, or we'll fly you into where we are. We'll play for $1,000. So you two fucks who tried to talk greasy to me because I said Aziz Ansari sounds white, I'll say it to his face. He knows he sounds fucking white. When I say white, I mean no flavor. I mean, he doesn't sound like chocolate chip mint. He doesn't sound like Rocky Road. He doesn't sound like praline. He doesn't sound like Midnight Madness, another one of my favorite flavors, and he doesn't sound like chocolate chip. He sounds vanilla. Period. He sounds like Richard Pryor doing a motherfucking white guy skit. Period. Don't mean he's not funny. Don't mean I don't love his comedy. Don't mean I don't fuck with his new Netflix show, Masters of None. Just means I said what I said. Because I got pissed when motherfuckers were trying to talk that shit to me. It's offensive. Especially when you're lofting comments with no name, no face attached to your shit. And you're gathering up a bunch of hipster freaks with beards and backpacks and tight jeans and tight-fitting sweatshirts, and you're trying to talk greasy to me, Michael Rapaport, and the I Am Rapaport podcast. Because not only are you trying to talk greasy to me, you're trying to talk greasy to everything that I stand for, everything I represent, and everything I do on the I Am Rapaport podcast, the only non-fact-checking worldwide phenomenon podcast. The only one. The only one that prides itself on not fact-checking. I can't imagine there's another podcast that is doing an episode driving around in their car. We always win. And when did it become shameful to be angry? You know how that when Richard Sherman, he sort of brought this into the forefront. They beat Tom Brady and those guys and the Patriots a couple of years ago, and Richard Sherman famously said to Tom Brady, "You mad, bro?" As if that's something to be ashamed of. When did mad shaming come into play? When did it become a bad thing to be mad? Being mad is the opposite of being happy. Am I mad, bro? I am fucking livid. Sometimes I wake up livid. I don't even know what the fuck I'm mad about. And you know what? I think a lot of other people out there wake up fucking mad too. I don't know when being mad was something that you should shy away from. All this, yo, why you getting so mad? Yo, why you mad? I'm fucking pissed off. I don't have to explain to you why or what, and I shouldn't feel embarrassed or be mad shamed because of it. If you're mad, say, yeah, motherfucker, I'm mad. And usually the person that's asking you, are you mad, is the one who's making you mad. Tell him, yes, motherfucker, I'm ferociously fucking mad. I don't like you. I don't like your face. I don't like your breath. I don't like your fucking skinny jeans. I don't like your sneakers with zippers. I don't like your face. I don't like anything about you. And I'm happy about it. And I'm proud that I'm fucking mad. I want to stop the mad shaming in 2016. Not only are we doing an All Loaves Matter walk, we're doing a Stop the Mad Shaming walk too in 2016. You think it's a joke? You think it's a fucking joke? We are doing that. Are you mad, bro? Yes, motherfucker, we just lost. I would have respected Tom Brady if he had smacked the shit out of Richard Sherman and said, yes, motherfucker, and get the fuck out of my face. Are you mad, bro? And then he's supposed to act like he's not mad. They just lost. Ask Ronda Rousey, is she mad? After getting her fucking, her wig split. Of course she's fucking mad. All right, the I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Great Sneakers. Great Sneakers is the first sneaker brand from Brooklyn. Greats is a direct-to-consumer sneaker brand that is redefining the sneaker business. They eliminate the middleman to save you, the customer, money by selling to you at greats.com. Greats. Check it out. I love these sneakers. Me and G Monetti wear them every day. They're comfortable, they're stylish, made with premium materials. Check out all the sneakers at greats.com. Save 20% when using the promo code RAP, R-A-P. You know, I was going to do an emergency podcast yesterday because Ronda Rousey, who caused me to do an emergency podcast on August 2nd. Look it up. Episode 72 of the I Am Rapaport podcast. The All Ronda Rousey podcast. Where I boldly predicted this was going to happen. Sort of. Not literally. And I said I was tired of the hype about Ronda Rousey. And I was tired of all trying to say she's the greatest athlete and she's the greatest fighter and she's the greatest this and she's had 11 fights. How are you going to say someone is the greatest fighter in the history of a sport that, number one, is about 3 years old? How are you the greatest fighter when you haven't had even 20 fights? How are you the greatest fighter when you've never been punched in your face? How could you really be considered a great fighter? It just doesn't make any sense. They called Ronda Rousey the greatest fighter in MMA. And Joe Rogan, I fuck with you, hard body karate. I'm a fan. I need to get on your podcast because I've wanted to discuss this with you for months. He said, we'll never see this, we'll never see that, we'll never see anybody like Ronda Rousey. We'll never see the first UFC star again. She was the first, which is a great thing. Her bringing a UFC to the forefront, female UFC, women's UFC, women's MMA to the forefront, that's a great accomplishment. But to sit there and say she's the greatest fighter, and people talking about she could kick Floyd Mayweather's ass, and she could kick guys' asses, and all this shit, and I was contemplating, read my fucking tweets. Not that Twitter is fuck Twitter. Don't read my tweets. I'm like, read my tweets like it's the Encyclopedia Britannica. Don't read my fucking tweets, because what I say on there means shit, and what other people say on there regarding me means shit. Good, bad, or indifferent. I'm sitting here talking about my tweets like it's fucking the Bible. It ain't the Bible. My tweets ain't about shit. But I did say Saturday night I wasn't going to pay for the Ronda Rousey fight. I wasn't going to pay for the Ronda. I didn't even pay attention to who she was fighting. I was like, this is going to be another joke, yada, yada, yada. And like I said, I've been struggling with this cold, so I was kind of napping all day and trying to stay in the bed and drinking soup and all this shit. And I said I wasn't going to pay, and that there was more fighting going on during the Democratic debates between my man Bernie Sanders and Hillary Clinton, who I think should just become running mates. Bernie, they're not gonna vote for you. You're not gonna win, okay? Because as much as the world doesn't want a female president, they definitely don't want a fucking Jew president, okay? Especially a Jew president that sounds like a fucking Jew. They don't want that shit. So my suggestion is, Bernie, just take the fucking backseat, become the vice president, and you and Hillary go at it. And then so you get the first woman and the first fucking Jew in office. Who cares who's the fucking head in command and who's second in command? I don't give a shit. So I was like, there's no fucking way I'm gonna, my friend Chris Kuramada, I don't know if he even listens to the podcast anymore, but you fuck, he's got his head all up fucking Ronda Rousey's ass. All these people, Joe Rogan, got his head all up fucking Ronda Rousey's ass. She's the greatest this, greatest that, greatest fighter who's never been punched. That's what they should have called her. So she fought this girl, and the first time she got punched in the face, I said to my lady, yo, Ronda Rousey's about to get knocked the fuck out. You could see, as soon as she got a square, straight left hand right down the pipe, you could see she was fucked up. She had never been punched in the face like that. Never, and I followed her almost all of her fights. Yeah, she's broken arms. She's great, but that doesn't mean she's the greatest. This chick, Holly Holmes, she wasn't fucking around. She was punching her in the face. She wasn't scared. She was probably a little bit heavier and a little bit stronger than Ronda Rousey, and she kicked her ass. She kicked her ass when she tried to wrestle her. She kicked her ass when she tried to armbar her. And she kicked her ass with those fucking straight left hands. Boom, boom, boom. And Ronda Rousey, if I were you, I would think about firing your fucking trainer. Because after the first round, which Ronda Rousey lost by far, it was the first round I'd ever seen her lose. By far, she got punched in the face more in that round probably she's done in her whole life, in one round. But we're still talking about her being the greatest fighter ever. She got punched in her face in one round more than she had in her ever in her career. Her fucking trainer who I don't know who else he's trained. Holy shit. I'm driving by a fucking, man, a stop, the whole fucking light went down. I'm going to tweet a picture of that so you know that I'm fucking really doing this driving podcast. After the first round, Ronda Rousey's trainer said to her, beautiful, beautiful work. All she wants to do is punch you with that left hand. Yeah, you dumb fuck. And she punched her in the fucking face about 9 times. You dumb fuck you. Beautiful work. Your fighter's sitting there probably with a fucking broken nose and missing teeth after 1 round, and you're saying beautiful work. All she wants to do is hit you with that straight left hand. Well, all the fuck she was doing is hitting her with that straight left hand. See, these motherfuckers acting like they know all this shit. And they've been in like, oh, I'm a trainer, it's this, that. Yo, your fighter's never been hit. And you were ill-prepared for your fighter to get hit. You didn't have the language and the dialogue to articulate how she should make adjustments. And you say, beautiful work, all she wants to do is hit you with that straight left hand. You dumb fuck you. And what happened in the second round? She came out, hit her with that straight left hand, and then kicked her fucking head off. Hey, she's a fighter now. Now she's a fucking fighter. Now she's a fighter. Whether she's the greatest fighter ever or what is TBD, to be determined. But now you could say you're a fighter. You got your lip fucking broke. You got your fucking head kicked off. Now you're a fighter. And all this shit, she could kick Floyd Mayweather's ass. If she can't kick this other girl's ass who comes from a boxing background, do you have any idea how fucking strong Floyd Mayweather is? Do you have any idea how physically strong he is? He's the greatest fighter, one of the greatest fighters of all time. She just got knocked the fuck out by a girl. Now I hear, oh, what does that mean? It just means she got knocked the fuck out by a girl. Fighting a girl is different than fighting a guy. If you don't like the fucking, if everything is offensive, and everybody, you want to think girls, yeah, can Ronda Rousey, you're going to be like, well, she could kick your ass. I'm not a fighter, you dumb fuck you. Yeah, she could kick my ass. I'm just a fucking guy in a car doing a podcast. I didn't say I could kick her ass. But when you're talking about real fighters, men and women are different. I told this story once before. When you're talking about real athletes, men and women are different. I don't give a fuck. Listen, John McEnroe got in so much trouble a few years ago when he said that like the 300th best tennis player can beat Serena Williams and Venus Williams any day of the week, every day of the week. People were offended by that. The reality of the situation is that's the fucking reality of the situation. Okay? Men and women are built differently. That's why one of us has dicks, the other one of us has vaginas, one of us makes babies, and the other one of us doesn't. Doesn't make anyone better. Doesn't make me not support women by saying that. We're not all the same. Chinese people are generally not the same as Jewish people. Okay, now it is true that on Sundays, Jews, for some reason, and nobody seems to know the answer, love to eat Chinese food. I don't know why. Maybe on Sundays, the Chinese like to have a nice bagel, cream cheese, and lox. Soul food made by African American people is different than pasta made by fucking Italians. This is what's great about this country. This is great about this world. We're not all the fucking same. And men and women are not the same. And we should stop trying to act like we're the same. That doesn't mean women don't deserve the same rights and all that shit. Of course they do. But physical strength at the highest level, men are going to have more. I told this story once before. I went with a bunch of actors, Boris Kojo, Flex, bunch of us. We went and played the Olympic basketball team, the girls' Olympic basketball team. Now, they beat the shit out of us, okay? They beat the shit out of us. But it was because these fucking guys, they don't know how to fucking play. They'd be like, well, what were you doing, Mike? I wasn't doing shit. I was far from being in shape and far from being prepared. But I can guarantee you this. I bet my fucking house that if you take the best women's basketball team, okay, put them against a competitive Division III college basketball team, the Division III college basketball team will win every time. Mark my fucking words. Men and women are different. We have different physical strengths. Doesn't mean one's better, one's not better. Doesn't mean I don't love women. Of course I love women. Doesn't mean I don't support women. Okay? Fucking Germans eat goulash. Japanese eat sushi. It's fucking everybody's different. All right? Motherfuckers want to say, you sound this, you sound that. If Bernie Sanders doesn't sound like a hook-nosed Jew, I don't know what the fuck the world is coming to. He sounds like a hook-nosed Jew. That's why when they do the Bernie Sanders skit, they get another hook-nosed Jew, Larry David, to impersonate him. Why do they call in Larry David? They have great they could get Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live. Well, why do they call in Larry David? You could get fucking Fred Armisen. Larry David's a hook-nosed Jew. Sounds just like Bernie Sanders. You show me a Chinese guy that sounds like Bernie Sanders, and I'll fucking run around the street butt-ass naked in an I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirt. Okay? That's the way the fucking world is. If you want to try to act like there's no differences, everybody's the same, get the fuck out of here. All right, you know I love my fantasy football, and you do not have to play fantasy football for 16 weeks to get paid and win some real money. Go to DraftKings.com and start playing 1 week fantasy football games, and you seriously have the chance to win millions of dollars every time you play 1 week fantasy football at DraftKings.com. This means every week you can play as many games as you want, create as many lineups as you want, and start turning your love of football into a chance to really win some serious money at DraftKings.com. Pick your players, start piling up the points, and pick up your cash. Go to DraftKings.com, America's favorite 1 week fantasy football site. Use the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT, and start playing for free. Go to DraftKings.com, that's DraftKings.com, and play and hopefully win some real cash. Sorry, coughing, I'm driving, I am driving, see? Listen, see, I'm driving. It's really real. There's no sound effects, I'm driving my car. You know, I was thinking also about this political correct shit. You know, in this day and age, if they came out with the movie White Men Can't Jump, would it be banned? Would that be deemed offensive? Would actual white people who actually can't jump feel offended by that movie in 2016? And if they came out with a movie that said was called Black People Can't Swim, would that be offensive? I don't know. But I feel like with all the little fuck boys, all the little hipster fucks, selfie-taking motherfuckers, would they be offended by White Men Can't Jump or the sequel Black People Can't Swim? Huh? Or if they came out with like that bobsledding movie. Remember the bobsledding movie about the black bobsledders from, I don't know where they were from? Jamaican bobsledders? Is that offensive? Because until that movie came out, I never fucking saw any Jamaican bobsledders. Okay? Motherfuckers are way, way, way too sensitive. They say Julian Edelman, certain athletes are white guys with motors, which means they're anomalies. Fast white guys. A very rare breed of white guys. They're not everybody comes out that way. They're a small group. White guys with motors. Julian Edelman, Danny Amendola, John Stockton. Little fucking snaky, fast little fuckers. White. You generally wouldn't say that. When was the last time you saw a white dude win the fucking gold medal in the 100-meter dash? Doesn't happen. Okay, you got fucking Julian Edelman in the NFL. He may or may not be Jewish. I'm probably going to die before I see a Jewish quarterback in the NFL. Probably going to fucking die. I know there's not going to be a Jewish power forward in the NFL anytime soon. In the NBA. You get me all upset the shit. Because it's important to talk about the differences we have. And it's important to say things that might be offensive. And it's important to hear why they might be offensive. And it's important to take that criticism in and take those other people, why you offended in, and make a correction, not make a correction, learn something. Motherfuckers are trying to cast off me, White Mike Rapaport, Michael Rapacrap. Fuck that. That's right. They used to call me Rapacrap. I took it. I embraced it. Call me White Mike. I wasn't offended. Why would I be offended? Is Black Mike? Black like the fucking ace of spades. Fat Mike? Fat Mike was a fat fuck. Light-skinned Mike? Black guy was light-skinned. Ugly Mike? Thank God that wasn't me. Thank God they called me White Mike. Growing up, there was Ugly Mike. Looked like shit. Looked like fucking shit. Okay, but Mike is what you might say is a generic name. So we need to, everybody needs a fucking, we need to find out who was who. I was White Mike. That's real talk. So we have new soft-ass American Giant made t-shirts. Soft-ass American Giant t-shirts. Some are in gray, some are in black. And I just want you to know, if you're a fan of the I Am Rapaport podcast and you listen to the podcast and you see me in the street and you want a soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirt, do not be shy. Because most likely, I will have one, and most likely, I'll give you one. So the point is that if you want a soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirt, and you see me, don't be shy. I will most likely have one. I gave one away today while I was driving. And then when I was in my coffee spot, I saw a girl. She said, I'm listening to your podcast now. And I thought, why didn't she ask me for a soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirt? Because I would have given it to her. I just went in my car. I have them all lined up. Small, medium, large, extra large, and double XL for my big fat fucks that love the I Am Rapaport podcast. You see me, you want one, just say the word. All right, so the I Am Rapaport podcast has set up a GoFundMe account for G Monetti, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, a.k.a. Gerald Moody, for his construction project. And we are half fucking way there. We are halfway there to raising the $10,000 for G Monetti, where every penny will be made for him to fix his home up. Somebody spent $1,000, and I cannot wait till we do this, $1,000 on an oxtail dinner with me and G Monetti. For $1,000, now I know there's not a lot of you out there, but for $1,000, me, G Monetti, and this person, G Monetti's gonna cook an oxtail dinner with all sorts of accoutrements. We're gonna drink, we're gonna do whatever you wanna do for this guy. All this is going to the GoFundMe account for his home, which he's trying to fix. We've been talking about it. The motherfucker has no clue what he's doing. So we need to bring in some help. We need some supplies, and we're going to finish this fucking construction project. And at the end of it, we're also going to do a fucking I Am Rapaport podcast party live from the Boogie Down Bronx, from the new Boogie Down Bronx Gloom Tomb, which will be in G Monetti's crib. So go to GoFundMe.com/G Monetti Construction Project. And on there, you could get t-shirts. And you know what? I'm so fucking generous. I give away so many fucking soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast t-shirts. If you go on there, you donate money, I'll probably send you more than what you're paying for. That's how we do shit. You'll get a sticker. You'll get a fucking Beats, Rhymes, and Life, The Travels of a Tribe Called Quest poster. You pay for one t-shirt, you might get two. You might get three. You might get two t-shirts. One is signed. I might sign it. My fuck style is Buck Wild. With love, Michael Rapaport and G Monetti from the I Am Rapaport podcast. All right, we got all kind of shit on there. We got DVDs, customized, personalized ILOing. I'm surprised. I don't know if anybody's gotten this yet. But I don't know I'm not even fact checking my GoFundMe now, but I think it's $25. For $25, you get a customized Danny Aiello impression, or I call you a creep cocksucker, lazy motherfucker, ice cream eating cocksucker, blind as a bat, motherfucker, whatever you want to be called. I'll leave a message on your girlfriend's phone, your boyfriend's phone. I'll curse your mom out as Danny Aiello, whatever you want. It's all in the name of raising money for the G Monetti construction project. And you might say, why don't you just pay for it yourself, Mike Rapp? That's not the point. That's not the point. Okay? We're not doing that on this one. Okay? Of course I've donated money to the fucking G Monetti construction project. But that's not the point. The fans are building this. We're almost there. We're over fucking... I think we got $6,000. We're $4,000 away. I got fucking stickers. Got sweatshirts. I got all kind of shit we're giving away. Go to the G Monetti GoFundMe thing. Let's get this done. My voice is so fucked up from screaming and yelling. I don't know what to do. But I want people to get this done from my man G Monetti. You could say yes. Well, why would we be helping G Monetti when we could be helping dogs? Why would we be helping G Monetti when we could feed the homeless? Of course, I get that, but you could do that too. G Monetti's living in a shitbox. Okay, he's living in a fucking hovel. That's real. That's real talk. My man is living in a fucking hovel. He's busting his ass to try to get this construction project done, and he needs some help. All right, so go to the G Monetti construction project at GoFundMe. Look on IamRapaport.com for all the details. And it's fun, it's fair, it's not a lot of money, and we're gonna get this fucking done. The I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Casper Mattresses, Casper.com. It's an award-winning sleep startup. Go to Casper.com, $50 off purchase of any size mattress. Put in the code Rapaport, R-A-P-A-P-O-R-T, Casper Mattress in New York City. You could keep the bed for 100 nights. You could get your freak on for 100 nights. If you do not like the bed after 100 nights, you can return the mattress within 100 days. That's a guarantee. The bed will be delivered between 2 to 5 days anywhere in the United States and Canada. Same day delivery in New York City. We do not plug, we do not support, we do not take sponsorship from anything we have not tried and we are not passionate about 450%. All right, this is the I Am Rapaport podcast coming live and direct from the Gloom Tomb. I have to make a call to my man G Moody. I've been driving around this entire episode like a lunatic. That's for real. And need a little assistance here because I feel like it's just been me against the world so far. So I'm gonna try to get my man G Monetti on the damn phone here and see what he has to say. Check in to see if he has got anything to say for himself. This is live and direct. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast, and it's always raw dog without a bag. It's never anything else. Here, let's see.
Yo.
Hey, G Monetti.
What up, man?
What's going on there? What do you say? What do you do?
Oh, I'm just here chilling, man. Just fucking listening to some jazz,
Oh, okay. What are you listening to over there?
Some Idris Muhammad, Bob James. The usual.
Okay. So, you've been talking about the G Monetti GoFundMe account on here, the construction project. Do you want to give the people any sort of insight into what's been going on since the last time we discussed this shit? I kind of been telling people, like, listen, we need to get this. I didn't want to embarrass you, G Monetti, but I did say my man is living in a fucking hovel. A direct quote from Danny Aiello from Harlem Nights. I believe during the 100th episode, or was it the 99th episode? Was it the 99th or 100th with Mr. Aiello? 99th.
99.
He actually did that line for us, and we both got the chills from it, because that was a line that we quoted for a long time. He goes, you have this, you have that, and I'm living in a fucking hovel. I can't do Aiello today for the people because I'm getting over a cold, and my voice is already fucked up, and I feel like everything I say It sounds like I'm about to cry, so I don't want to scream and yell like a lunatic. But what is going on in the G Monetti, out there at the project out there in the Boogie Down Bronx?
Oh, first of all, I want to thank all the donations. We really appreciate that. But what's going on is we are finished with the staining of the bricks, and now we are trying to get more materials, and we have to wait until we reach our goal to withdraw the money to buy the materials.
And if you don't get the whole amount of money, you're sitting there with your dick in your hand.
Pretty much.
What do you mean? You mean you're sitting there with your cock and balls in your hand? Like, what do you mean? Yeah. If we don't raise the entire 10 G's, are you allowed to take the money out?
No, you are not.
So then essentially you have cock and balls in your hand.
Right, but it's going, and I appreciate. I just want to thank all the donations. It's moving up, and we're just waiting. We're just taking care of little stuff.
All right,
James is great.
Yeah, I mean, I said it on our behalfs earlier, and the reality is this, guys. We fuck around a lot here at the I Am Rapaport podcast, and rightfully so, because what else are we supposed to do? Are we supposed to give stats? Are we supposed to be like an NPR podcast where they go, next week, we're going to examine what a bug is like on your windshield. And if taking that bug off your windshield affects your personality on the next NPR, that the fucking every NPR podcast, it's like, this week on NPR, I can't do it. I can't do my NPR white voice. I discussed that whole thing earlier about a little flare up that people had about me saying white. And do you have anything to say about that, G Monetti?
No, man. I'm sure you got in their ass like you should have. But I have something to say when you come to New York when we clear them, because I do have something to say.
Oh, you only want to do it face to face?
Yeah.
All right, cool. So let's cue the new G Monetti made a new sick fuck of the week beat. So Miles Davis, the sound man extraordinaire, cue up the sick fuck of the week beat right now. Put that shit in there, and I'm gonna just jump into this real quick. I know I'm throwing you for a loop here, G Monetti, but
all right.
This is so twisted that again, sick fuck of the week. It is an award that is earned, not given. It takes a special individual to be anointed the sick fuck of the week, and I think we found a guy here recently. A guy, I'm going to give his full name, Kevin Jaramillo, pleaded no contest to charges stemming from 2 fucking indictments, including child abuse with great bodily harm, criminal sex contact, and sexual exploitation in a courtroom in Albuquerque, New Mexico. This sick fuck, this animal, he's jailed for spraying children with a semen-loaded squirt gun.
Oh, whoa.
This is a fucking animal. This is the true definition of a sick fuck.
Yes,
See,
indeed.
now, I mean, listen, I don't even know what to say about this guy, except for you're a fucking animal. And you are a true sick fuck. This fuck is going to be doing 57 years. Oh, no, he's doing 18 years. Avoiding a 57. How could you let a piece of shit like this out ever? He should be scrubbing toilet floors for at least the rest of his life. So if he gets out of jail, he should be the guy on the corner. If anybody steps in shit, this guy should be the guy cleaning people's shoes off. That's how he gets out of prison. So he should be anointed the shit stepper inner cleaner of wherever he's living. He shouldn't be able to ever be lived normal. Like he should have like a fucking a tattoo on his neck saying, "I'm a fucking sick fuck. I was given the award by the I Am Rapaport podcast in 2015. I'm proud of it. And now I'm going to be doing, I'm going to be trying to redeem myself by cleaning dog shit off of anybody's foot who needs it." This is an animal.
Yeah, no doubt.
That's the sick fuck of the week. That's the new sick fuck of the week beat made by G Monetti, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon, who crafts these beats from scratch. And, we're doing the damn thing. What's really good with you, G Monetti? What do you want to share with people? My voice is straining. I hope it's not distracting. Does it sound like shit?
Yeah, it kind of sounds like shit.
Thanks, man. Thanks.
But you're pulling through, man.
Thank you. I didn't really, when I said it sounded like shit, I wanted you to say, nah, it doesn't sound that bad. But I guess you didn't catch that cue there. That's all right. It sounds like shit, huh?
Yeah, baby.
Ah, fuck you. All right, so what's up with you, man? What's good?
Everything is going good, man. I'm here, man. A lot of bullshit going on in the city.
Yeah.
And just waiting, man. That's it, Just waiting, till we get in New York and do our shit, man.
Yeah. No, I know. You said you wanted to get face to face, but the people are listening now. So I was trying to cue you for something, and I don't know. You want me to go with another thing, or like, what are you on, man? You eating that chocolate? Like, what's your deal, bro?
No, I'm just chilling, man. I'm here, man. I'm waiting, man. I'm just waiting for you, man, to cue me in, man.
Right, no, I'm cueing you in now, is what I'm saying. It's like you're cued in. We're rocking it. We're live. Like, I'm actually recording this. We're live, and I just did a sick fuck of the week thing, and I'm going hard body karate, not soft body shiatsu. Like, we're it's happening right now. And
you call me. You don't give me a fucking heads up. You just call me. I just came off from taking a shit, and you call me, and we're fucking doing a pod. I didn't look at note. I just got the call. What the fuck, man?
Hey, did you watch the season premiere episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians? Because I did. I did watch it. And every time I do watch it, I feel ashamed of myself. But I continue to watch. And I thought it was interesting that Khloe Kardashian, she's the big one. I call her a bigger. She's the big one because I know you don't know the difference between any of them. And I would like to say that I didn't know the difference between any of them, but I just watched the the premiere episode. But Big Chops went on a little press tour last week because, a week can't go by without these broads, doing something to the press. And she went on Ellen, and she gave an update on our guy Lamar Odom. Did you see this?
Yeah, I saw it. It was heartbreaking.
Well, what did you think about this update? And what was your POV, your point of view on this?
My point of view was, remember, early in the hospital when he came out of the strokes or whatever, and he woke up, and then he said, they said he said he saw Khloe and he said, "Hi, babe." But now we see that he has brain damage and he can barely put sentences together.
Right.
So
and she also said that sometimes he thinks he's 26, but he's actually 36. And then she made a joke about it, like, we were like, you wish you were 26, like, ha ha ha, like it's some fucking old man with dementia. And then she also said that some days he doesn't know who the president is. And I think that I get where you're going with this, because why, if he doesn't know who the fucking president is it really true that when he woke up out of his coma and his strokes, the first thing he said was, "Hi, babe"? So he doesn't know who the fuck Obama is, but he knows who you are.
Those people are mean. They're mean, man.
That really makes sense. I never thought of it that way. So they reported that when he first woke up, he was very clear of who was sitting in front of him, and they reported he woke up and said, "Hey, babe." And then, but now he doesn't know if he's 26 or 36. And it's always about them. We make jokes, we do this, we do that. So he knew who you were, he knew who Kris Jenner was, and the rest of you, but he doesn't know who the president is. And if this is all true, because you never know what's true, what's not true, what's being fabricated, what's not being fabricated. If this is all true, let's assume it's true. Let's assume she's telling the truth, that Some days he doesn't know if he's 36 or 26.
Okay.
Would you want this girl going on the Ellen show sharing your business? He obviously can't. He has no say in what you're going to share about it. Why don't you just go on and say he's doing better than he was? He's got a lot of work ahead of him. Why do you have to share the little details of it?
Right.
Because you need to make your talk show your talk show segment with Ellen worldwide. No, you're not worldwide. The I Am Rapaport podcast is fucking worldwide.
No doubt.
You're dragging my man through the streets. If he can't say whether he's coming or going and make heads or tails of the thing, why would you take it upon yourself to share this shit about him? Why? What benefit does that give? Just say he's doing better and, we don't know what the future entails, and I'm glad that I'm able to support him financially, and my heart, is drawing me to do that, and we don't know anything else. You can't do that. You couldn't do that. They couldn't do that. They have to make it somehow that it benefits them and makes them look good. So he knew that it was you, hi, babe, and now he doesn't know who the fucking president is. This is a joke.
Yeah. Fucking got that guy like a piece. The Queens need to snatch this guy back up, man.
Yeah.
With 50 Cent, fucking Marley Marl, do something, man. This guy's.
Yeah, they need to get him back, get him in Queensbridge Projects and fix him up out there. Let him get rehabilitated out there. He needs to get away from these people.
Yeah, they got him all twisted.
Yo, did you
hear? He don't know who the fuck he is.
And she's going on Ellen telling people that. This is terrible, man.
Word.
Yo, did you hear what they did to my man Jadakiss?
What happened? That's the last Mohegan. That's all we got.
Yo, they arrested my man Jadakiss down south after being mistaken as a lesbian bank robber. What the listen, man. Whoever did this, you get a wig of please. You act crazy, you do some dumb shit, you get the wig of please.
Yes. Hey yo, we keeping our eyes open for them people wildin' out. Wigger please is what we scream and shout. You better act right before we put your shit on blast. Do yourself a favor, try to have a little class. Cause Mike Rapaport ain't having it. So save yourself from the embarrassment. Think before you talk or just keep your mouth shut. Cause this is I Am Rapaport and we don't give a what. So if you lose your cool, you get wigger please. If you acting a fool, you get a wigger please. If you wildin' like an idiot, wigger please. If you acting all ignorant, you get a wigger please. If you don't listen to this new shit, you get a wigger please. And if you do something stupid, you get wigger please. What the fuck is wrong with you? First of all, what the fuck are you doing? What the fuck is the world coming to that they arrested one of the top 10 rappers of all time?
Word.
And thought he was a lesbo? And you had no idea. I mean, his voice, his whole thing is his raspy voice. Listen, there's some butch chicks out there. There's some hardcore, hardcore chicks out there. But my man Jadakiss, he's known for the raspy.
They actually arrested it.
They arrested him, and they thought he was a man mistaken as a female lesbian bank robber who was on the loose in Charlotte, North Carolina. You get a wig of please. Another thing that's going on in the world, because I've been talking a lot about the political correct police that are out there. This world is coming to shit because of the political correct police, the hipster fucks, the wannabe multicultural Benetton and fucks. They act like every TV show, every commercial should look like some kind of faux Benetton ad. It doesn't work like that. It doesn't work like that. And now the kids are being subjected to this bullshit. This is another real thing. Another wig of please. A 9-year-old kid wrote a love note to some to some girl in his class. Another 9-year-old, 2nd grade, 3rd grade, saying things like, "I like your eyes because they sparkle like diamonds." Cute things. "You're so pretty." Right. So now the school principal is threatening this little 9-year-old with sexual harassment. Saying these letters, man. This is real. This is real. If this is all online, it's real shit. Happened down in Florida. Yeah, and then the mother's freaking out because they're threatening to threaten charges against the kids because other kids were teasing the girl, saying whatever the kid's name was, he likes you, and she was saying she doesn't like him. And this is what the world is coming into. You can't do roses are red, violets are blue. I like your little tatas, and I like you. You do that, you get sexual harassment against you.
Damn.
These people down in Tampa Bay, Florida, you get a wig of please.
Word. No doubt.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
So we're live on here, G Monetti. What else is good? You know what else is good?
What's up?
The Truey app.
Oh yeah, I like that, man. I've been checking that shit out.
It's
man.
good, right?
Good.
It's good because when you're
like
riding on the train, you're riding on the bus. Truey, Trueey. Right now, it's only available on your iPhone. Unfortunately, I know that everybody doesn't have an iPhone, nor should they. But right now, it's only on there. But the thing that I love about this app, look, I'll do it right now. I'm pulling my phone up. I'm not fact checking, but you go on Truey. And it asks you a question, and you say yes or no, you agree or not agree. The first question that's on there right now, believe it or not, it says, I've eaten butt before. And 77% of the people said, yes, they have eaten butt. And 33% of the people say they haven't eaten butt. Do you want to answer that? Do you care to answer that question, G Monetti?
No comment, my friend.
Okay. Intelligence is pretty fucking attractive. What do you have to say? I say yes, of course. 93% agree, and 7% disagree. So 7% of the people would like a dumb fuck to be with. Marijuana should be legal. What do you say, G Monetti?
For sure.
86 agree, 14 disagree. Facebook is dying out. That's not I've paid for sex. 16% agree, 84% disagree. Do you care to answer that, Mr. Monetti?
No comment.
Okay. I do remember we did spend a few days in Tijuana and nothing. Some men, this is no good. I am sitting on the toilet right now. Yes or no? No. But that's just because you're catching me right now. So that was 10% agree, 90% disagree. Here's a question for you. Sometimes you could tell someone is an asshole just by looking at them.
Yeah.
90% agree, 10% disagree. I sometimes you could also tell that people are gay in the mouth. That's a new term I came up with, and it has nothing to do with sexuality. You know, someone is like gay in the mouth. You could just tell like they're not about their shit. They're not a good person. The new term for that is gay in the mouth. MOUFF. Here's another question for you. You answer this. Do you hold your breath when you walk past a homeless person? It depends.
No.
Well, I've walked past homeless people while they were taking a shit. And yes, those people I do. But in general, I do not hold my breath when I walk past a homeless person. You agree or disagree, G Monetti?
I agree. I don't do that.
Okay. Here's a final question. You can bullshit a bullshitter. 84% agree, 16% disagree. What do you have to say about that, G Monetti? I think you can. Yes?
No, I disagree. I think you can't.
You can't bullshit a bullshitter. Okay, and here's a final question for you, and we'll do this for the ladies, G Monetti.
Right.
Tattoos or bare skin? What do you prefer?
Bare skin.
Bare skin myself. I agree because, you know, having bare skin is like the new tattoos. Like 20 years ago, like if you saw a chick with tattoos, you'd be like, ooh, what's her fucking deal? What's her story? Now, if she has bare skin, you're like, ooh, she doesn't have tattoos. What's her deal? What's her fucking story? So I have to agree with that. This is the I Am Rapaport podcast. The I Am Rapaport podcast is sponsored by Mack Weldon. Mack Weldon is a New York City-based company that lives and breathes New York. They make the best underwear, the best T-shirts, the best socks at Mack Weldon. They use great, soft, comfortable, breathable material. It's light. The fabric is great. You can shop online or on your mobile phone and check out in less than a minute. Mack Weldon wants you to be comfortable and look good. It's perfect for the guy going for a run or the guy on the run. Use the promo code Rapaport, RAPAPORT, for 20% off. You get 20% off your Mack Weldon underwear, socks, and T-shirts, long sleeve T-shirts. Check it out, Mack Weldon, MackWeldon. the I Am Rapaport podcast. And, we're coming live and direct. I don't know. My voice is all fucked up. We're doing the damn thing. Last week I was on the Bill Simmons podcast.
Yeah, I heard you turned it out up over there.
Of course. I get hyped to do Bill Simmons. I fuck with Bill Simmons, Hard Body Karate. And a lot of people wanted to know because during the podcast, he edited out some of the questions that I asked him. I was asking about his departure from ESPN and what's in store at HBO. And unfortunately, I can't share that shit with you. If Dollar Bill Simmons wanted to edit it out, I think it's because he wants to share that information on his own. But I love being on there, and I don't want to mislead the people. The stuff that got edited out was great, and the information that he shared with me is great. But it is not my business nor my position to say that. So I'm gonna let Mr. Simmons do that when he wants to. I say Mr. Simmons. I call him fucking Bill. Okay, I call him fucking Bill. He could share that information.
Right.
G Monetti, have you seen Kevin Love's wig piece?
Yeah, he letting this shit just wolf out, right?
Yeah. I need to do a compassionate sort of call to action to Kevin Love. Kevin Love, I would say you're probably my top 5 players in the NBA right now, like 5 favorite. I love your game. I don't like how they sort of have neutralized you in Cleveland. I know you're probably going to win a ring in Cleveland at some point, but I liked you when you were on the Timberwolves better because they were giving you. Listen, it's a team game. You got to do your thing. You're one of my 5 favorite players in the league. I met you one time. I told you, Kevin Love, I fuck with you hard body. But my man, it's time to cut that fucking wig piece. You look crazy. He's growing a handlebar mustache. He got himself some kind of like shoelace headband, and he's starting to look like Justin Timberlake before he left NSYNC, and I don't like it. You gotta trim your shit. Like
he looks ABA. He looks like an ABA player.
Yeah, I mean, it doesn't look bad, but I'm not gonna say he looks good. No, Bruno. I'm just saying, like, yo, cut your shit, get a trim. Like, you could grow your shit out. I get what you have no problem with his wig piece?
Nah, he all right, man. He letting this shit just wolf out.
Do what?
He's letting his shit wolf out.
Yeah, okay, all right, fine. You know what? We're not always going to agree. The Mandingo, the Gringo man. I'm all fucked up. The Gringo Mandingo, aka the White Arsenio Hall, and G Monetti, aka the Black Ed McMahon. We're not always going to see things eye to eye. But
that's right.
I will say this: Andre Drummond on the Detroit Pistons. He's growing a beard. Nothing wrong with his hair, and he's got braces. And you know what? I have no problem with that. I don't know what your teeth looked like before. There's plenty of guys in the NBA who should be bold enough to step up to the plate and get your fucking furniture fixed, get your giblets fixed. You guys are making money and all that. So it's nothing about his hair or his beard. Big, aggressive, big dude on the Detroit Pistons. But I'm gonna call you out, my man, because I noticed something the other day, and I'm a fan of the Detroit Pistons. I love Stan Van Gundy. I fucks with him. He's always sounds like he's like who's the guy who does the HBO boxing? He's always sounds like he's under the ring.
Letterman.
Yeah, Harold Letterman. You know how Harold Letterman? He sounds like they got him fucking trapped away in a box somewhere, like he's on some Silence of the Lambs shit. Like they have him like underneath the ring. You guys, I don't want to say anything, but the 7th round was a 10 round. So anyway, Stan Van Gundy always sounds like that. But my man Drummond on Detroit, listen, man.
Right.
Yo, you gotta do something because this fucking guy, great player. My man, and I have nothing against body hair. And G Monetti, you would consider yourself like you have your chest hairy, right?
Yeah, man, I'm on some. Yeah, I'm on that.
Me too. I'm on that Burt Reynolds shit. But I draw the line. If you're monkeyed out and you have hair on your back, and you have hair growing off the side of your shoulders, and you're a professional basketball player. See, a normal person might be able to get away with this. But my man's wearing a tank top jersey. I thought he had like some kind of tattoos on his arms. And then I looked closer. My man is full monkey status on his shoulders. Like he's Gorilla Monsoon on his shoulders. Like he's growing hair all over his back and his shoulders. And like I said, I thought he had some scribble scrabble on him. And I looked closer at him when he was going to the free throw line, and I was like, that's not tattoos.
Yeah.
So Andre Drummond, I know you're conscious of the way you look, and I'm happy that you're getting your teeth fixed, but now it's time to call to action, and we either have to get you waxed or some laser surgery. You can't be wearing tank tops, being a professional basketball player, and be woofed out on your shoulders.
Yeah.
You look like some straight up Wolfman Jack shit. You look like a fucking werewolf out there, my man. So this is the first time when we're talking about wig piece, we're talking about like body, like your body wig piece. You got to do something. And shaving, it's no good, because I had to shave my body once for a movie I did, and it's not good, and it grows back right away. And I don't expect this big 6'10", 275-pound dude to be waxing his shit. It's 2015. You can fix your shit. So Andre Drummond, I really like you. You're one of the up-and-coming dudes in the league, but we got to do something about your shit. You look crazy. You're like you look like a stuffed animal out there. Like he's like a furry, like he's like got hair on his shoulders. It's not a good look.
Yeah. Get him out.
Yeah. Fix your shit. Fix your shit. And finally, G Monetti,
what up?
We're going to do a live sponsor call.
Yeah.
As you know, the I Am Rapaport podcast has many soft-ass T-shirts to give away. And the new edition of the I Am Rapaport podcast, soft-ass T-shirts, are made by the original sponsor of the I Am Rapaport podcast, American Giant. American Giant clothing, American-made sweatshirts, T-shirts, sweatpants, and what is considered the best hoodie ever made, especially in the wintertime. Now, they have their lightweight hoodie, but it's getting cold. I suggest everybody goes to American-Giant.com and check out why we love all the clothes and activewear. And if you're nice, if you play your cards right, if you shout us out on Instagram, Twitter, I gave away an American Giant I Am Rapaport soft-ass T-shirt to somebody on the street today.
Wow.
9 times out of 10, if you see me on the street, I'll either have an I Am Rapaport podcast T-shirt in the trunk of my car or in my backpack, or I'll take the fucking I Am Rapaport podcast T-shirt off my back and give it to you right there on the street. If you see me and you listen to the I Am Rapaport podcast, please feel free to say, yo, Mike Rap. Yo, G Monetti, a.k.a. the Black Ed McMahon. You got an I Am Rapaport podcast T-shirt? And 99% of the time, you will get one given to you right there.
That's right.
American Giant clothing.
Champion. Can't fuck with this shit, yo.
Yo, they made the new second edition soft-ass I Am Rapaport podcast T-shirts, and I want to give I want to give as many away as I possibly can. We're giving away 2-for-1s at the GoFundMe for G Monetti's construction project right now. 2-for-1s. You ask for one, you're probably going to get 2. You want one signed, you're probably going to get 2. What else, G Monetti? What else? What else you got for me, man? Yeah, I wanted to do an emergency podcast. I was threatening the people with an emergency podcast. If Tom Brady and the fucking Giants, if we had beaten fucking Tom Brady, it was going to be an emergency podcast, but we didn't do it. And that miserable Captain America fucking snaggletooth jaw motherfucker, he pulled it out.
He did it. But the pressure grows as they win and win again. When we get to the playoffs...
Wait. Are you on fucking lithium? Am I talking to fucking the Black Ed McMahon, or am I talking to some fucking guy who just, did you get a lobotomy? Where's the fuck is your head at, G Monetti?
Yo, think about it. They 9-0. Yo, as you keep winning, the pressure builds. So you go to the playoffs, you lose the first fucking game in the playoffs, you out. That shit don't mean nothing.
It doesn't mean shit. It doesn't mean shit.
All this 9-0 shit don't mean nothing.
We had them. All right, G Monetti, that's it, man. I gotta go. I gotta rest my voice. That's it. We're coming to an end. And
yeah, man, you sound like Frogger from Little Rascals. Yeah, you gotta shut it down.
all right, people, we're signing off. This is the Iron Rapaport podcast. Yo, we appreciate all the love on Twitter. We appreciate all the love on Instagram. We appreciate all the love when I see people on the street and you say you love the podcast. It's almost like I don't even know what to say. It's elation.
It's fuel. It gives us gas. It's like fuel.
Fueling the fire. Fueling the already burning Iron Rapaport podcast fire. And again, this episode, I don't want to say dedicated, but the thoughts and condolences to everybody affected by any terrorist action, any violence. You know, we talk a lot of shit here. We play around here. I said earlier in the podcast that we almost didn't even do this episode because I didn't feel it was right. But you know, I don't feel like it's our place to take things too seriously because this is not what we do. You could turn on one of those NPR podcasts for that, and they're great. NPR set the standard for the shit, but that's just not what we do, and you'll get a really soothing white voice. I don't know, is there any black people, like, you know, they talk about diversity on TV. They should talk about diversity on NPR. I mean, those motherfuckers sound like, those are some library enunciating ass motherfuckers on there. I mean, they do great work over there. They do
fantastic. I like my man Leonard Lopez. Those guys are good.
Yeah, they're fantastic. This is the Iron Rapaport podcast, and we'll be back ASAP. We out.
Peace.